All right. Hello. Good morning. Greetings to everyone around the world. I just wanted to make a quickly outlook, but before I do that, I wanted to explain why I've been off the charts for a while now. I am refining. For those that actually have been following me for some time, you would know that last year, towards the end of the year, I decided to dedicate some time to just refining the psychology behind trading and myself as an individual, right? So I'm still working on that, and I decided to go back to expand more on that topic. I decided to go and refine some missing elements that I've been having issues with, and as part of doing that, to becoming a better trader, I decided to only focus on one pair to just remove all the other distractions. I'm still going to study price of every other pair, of course. I still have them on my watch list, but I'll be paying attention to one pair, and in this case it just so happens to be an index future, which is the NASDAQ, right? For those that also know, when I started the channel, I was only trading E-mini S&P 500, which is ES. So now I'll be trading just NQ. Of course, part of trading NQ, I would still need ES for things like SMT divergences and so on and so forth. So let's just go straight in to the video. Starting off with the weekly chart, we can see NASDAQ on the weekly came close to taking that sell side liquidity. Something I find interesting here is the same sell side liquidity on the forward month contracts. We can see this is NQU, right? This is for the September contract. We came close to taking that sell side liquidity, but on the continuous contract, we actually did sweep those lows. We actually swept that sell side liquidity. We can see just for by a few pips, but we did sweep it. So I decided to consider them as relative equal lows for probably later liquidity to be swept. The second thing that we should see, that we would see, is that we are disrespecting, we're now disrespecting bearish PDRAs. For example, we have this CB right here. We are disrespecting it while creating bullish ones in the process. Of course, now we have this massive weekly imbalance. Even though the week has not ended yet, we're likely to have a BC formed in this portion of price action. When we go down to the daily time frame, we can see this possible market maker buy model forming from the daily chart, and I think even more visible on the 4-hour chart. You can see this was clearly the sell side of the curve, and now price is looking to be trading up by the at the buy side of the curve. So now, if you ask me where my terminus is, I think we're going for another all-time high on NASDAQ. But for right now, for this week, I paid attention to what we did last week. We disrespected this massive imbalance on the 4-hour perspective. When we stretch this out in time, we can see after disrespecting it, we used it as support, as real support in price to push up and finally clear that buy side liquidity level there. Last week, I was paying attention to this volume imbalance residing right there between that candle there, the body, and this body. So that space, to me, as ICT has taught, or ICT teaches, is a volume imbalance, right? So we have that volume imbalance right there, not a liquidity void. A liquidity void would be the space right there in between where there's no trading whatsoever. But this is a volume imbalance because we still have wicks in between. So that was my target last week. This week, I am now looking to see how price trades to that buy side liquidity. This is solely my target for the week. I don't have any other projections, even though I still think we're going for the all-time high, even though I know we still have these imbalances residing here. Putting all these imbalances together, we have this imbalance above price, but I believe that's where this is the level, the area that we're drawing into this week. How do I think we're going to get there? Well, on this 4-hour chart, I decided to measure the range, right? From the last swing low, technically would be this one, but I like this one just because it's a lower low. And the highest swing high over there, we can see that when we measure the range, which coincidentally is actually Monday's range, when we measure Monday's range, we can see that the 50% mark, the halfway point, is right there. In other words, I believe that price could trade down into this discounted level because this is the only discount PDA rate that I see along with this other block, right? So I believe that price is likely to trade down into this discount before continuing higher. We have FOMC tonight, so I'm looking to see if FOMC can be the one to manipulate us. Can manipulate price lower into this bullish imbalance residing right here from Monday's range. So that's my expectations for this week, and because I'm only focusing on one pair or one index futures for now, I will likely make daily update videos on what I'm expecting for that specific day. So yeah, so far the market is about to open in 15 minutes. This video is probably going to be uploaded later than that, but that's my expectations on NASDAQ for today. Stay safe.